YouTube, and welcome back to my final video for my independent project for my score, Metro, Paris and me. I've finally finished the score. It's a whopping 41 pages, 42 if you include the front page here. It has taken a very long time to get through everything that I needed to do pretty much. However, there is a few things on the agenda for this video, so I will start with the first one, talking about the rhythm creator that I spoke of in my last video, and briefly explain how it works and where I used it. So, what is the rhythm creator? The rhythm creator is pretty much just a way to create rhythms with the melodies that I've already got. So, how it works is you choose the melody that you have. So, here's all my scales and melodies, well, scales that I have here. And here is the numbers, scales and the note values. So every time that you come across the note A in that specific melody, that is how long it lasts for. So a dotted crotchet, or vice versa, if you came across a D, you'll get a crotchet, or perhaps an F with a quaver. And I've done that for all of these scales here. I'll put it down here. So that's how it works. For my first example for that, so you understand how it does work, I chose the Opera Palais Garnier, and the information that comes with that, along with the melody that was extracted from that. And here's what it would look like. So as you can see, I do start on the G sharp, which is a crotchet. So going back up here to have a look, find the G sharp. Just here is a crotchet. So we're working in that scale just there, which is the A major scale. So that's how I know exactly what is being used. And then making that octave jump up to the A, we then go back up to the scale and have a look at the A major, and we can see the octave, which is going to be an A, which is going to be a minim. So I've composed that out as a minim. Now, what I do is I tend not to have any breaks in between any of the notes, unless, of course, it is a flute player, clarinet player. But I have kind of been a bit mean in the score, and I've made it work to the point that they can perform that kind of extract of notes, that specific sequence, without having to worry too much about taking a breath. Also, due to having my dynamics fade out, allows them to cheekily have a little bit of a breath in where they need to. So on a piano, I don't have to worry about that at all. So as you can see, if I just keep zooming a bit more, working through the entire melody, this is what I've got. I've also kind of retrograded as well, so mirror symmetry, going forward then back on itself to where it first started. That gives me that kind of flexibility with the sequence, makes it look better, makes it sound interesting. Bit of a challenge as well for the performer. I have had to as well edit them to make them look like they can be performed much better. So if I continue on to using figure 1.2 just here on bar 93, this is what it originally looks like. I've got this massive jump in the clarinet from the top A to the low A. Now, that can be a bit hard in the time scale that I have to fit that note in. So, looking at it, I thought, well, I need to make this easier for the performer. So, if I go to bar 93 in the score, you'll be able to see just exactly what I've done. Go. So as you can see here, there's that A, and it's playing. I've just put the A and continued the A just to make it easier, and then let it work its way back down the melody, then back up, just so it's not hard for the clarinet player to just do that quick maneuver up and down, because it'll be really hard for them to play. So that was me looking at how the performer could be best suited for this specific way of these rhythms. I continued as well to continue to edit these and work through them. In the score, when you know I've used that specific way or rhythm, you'll see little stars against the names of the places. That lets you know that I've used the rhythm creator for that specific sequence. So yes, if you ever look through the documents that you can see here, compare back and forth, and you can see exactly, oh, so that's what he's done. He has made it easier for the performer. So this was what it originally looked like. Again, another high jump there from the A to the B, makes it a little bit hard. So I've gone back to that. I've addressed it, I've changed it, so it is substantially easier for the performer. So that's the rhythm creator for my melody as well. It also does go further if you ever wanted to use dynamics with it as well, vice versa. That again is taking a lot of influence from Schoenberg's 12-tone row serialism. Serial music is a big head mess when you're first trying to look at it. You're like, I don't understand how it works, but thanks to me being at college and being taught how it works, I know exactly what I was talking about. So with the mobile series, I can continue to keep going more in depth and more crazy with the scores, but with this independent project, that is not what I wanted to do. I know I'm capable of it, but it's not what I wanted to do. So moving further on, I did struggle for a while trying to get the final parts of all my melodies somewhere in the score. It was becoming an absolute struggle where I had to fit them, and I kind of realised after a while I could, well, maybe I've been blocking them like before, kind of having them in a blocking format to work together. Why don't I do that? So I was struggling with the boat tour for the Batu Parasans for a while. It was becoming very frustrating to use it, so I finally found a way for me to be able to use it. So when you look at the sequence here, you'll be able to see what I just did, scrolling all the way down here. So on bar 119 or 118 stand 118 for the Pont du Gros Giglio as well, which is below, the Partisans is just here, and I've kind of blocked it and worked its way up. I thought it worked very well. It added that tension. It really helped with the arrangement of the score a bit more, give a bit more diversity to what I had. And I found myself doing that a little bit more with other melodies that I struggled to fit in places because I didn't want to overcomplicate things. I didn't need overcomplicating. So throughout my document, I do continue to go into being critical on myself, saying this is what I did, this is what I didn't do, this is what I took away from the score. So for example, I did want to play sample sounds for the Metro. I took that away. I decided if this is going to be performed, I want it to be performed with the video, not have random sounds coming in, because what if there's a mess up with the technology with just the sample sounds, or what if someone doesn't press play at the right time? It's a struggle. I'd rather it perform along to the video. The conductor has his key points in the score telling him where he is, where he's at, so it's more safe, so to speak. I did want to export the MIDI of this and turn it into a proper VST instrument based score, so it does sound more realistic, but on the time scale of things, it would have taken so much longer to edit them, the entire score in Cubase using Contact Player. It would have been very hard for me to do that, so I decided to opt out and do that as a future kind of outside project away from the master's degree once it's all over, and then people can hear it for what it would actually sound like. So when I do release it, you'll only hear the MIDI version, and that's pretty much it, the basic bog standard MIDI sound. It doesn't sound great, so you're probably thinking, well, why does that sound like that? It's terrible. Played by the actual instrument, it would sound miles more different and much better. So that's pretty much it, really. Looking at my score, I've kind of questioned myself as a practitioner. I've been looking at my work. Is it like qualitative or quantitative data? Is it beneficial to other people? Am I understanding myself as a composer? Am I addressing what I do? What does it feel like to be doing what I am doing? And all these things are inside my standalone document side of the score, which you can read through. You can read through on chapter 3, my critical thinking behind my work and my conclusion. Is my research for, into, or through? What am I doing? What does it feel like? Again, qualitative and quantitative. Also, is it research with a big R or small r? Which I do struggle to kind of bring out perhaps at times. I mean, I'm always changing my music style. I'm always changing what I do half the time. But it's always good to be able to say, this is what I've done. This is what I'm doing. There you go. When I do hand in my score, it will come with extra pieces of paper. It will have a Paris pop-out map and also a big big map that we got given on the metro system by a very nice man, actually. We struggled to get through one of the barriers at one point because our ticket's messing up. I think it was in the wrong zone on our first day, and this gentleman was nice enough to let us know about that problem. So he gave us a map, let us know where we were, and then we were pretty much sorted. So that kind of helped with my influence of me recording the videos as well, to understand where I was more in Paris. So other than that, that is my independent project. Read the supporting documents, look at all my special thank yous to people, my introductions, the links to the YouTube videos, everything you're going to need to know through this 7,000 word or so document. If you have the time to read, that'd be fantastic. Other than that, love to hear your feedback on the score. I'm looking forward to working on more kind of projects like this away from everything, and also being able to get them performed at some point as well, so you can all come to hopefully hear a performance. Other than that, that is the end of my independent project. So thank you very much for your time, and feel free to leave any feedback, comments, any questions you have. Just ask away and I'll do my best to answer them for you. Thank you very much. Goodbye.